Hi folks, so in this video here what we're going to do is we're going to complete a question based on the topic of oblique drawing. So if I just click into this object here that we have, this object is one from the older textbook. I think it's the Understanding Graphics textbook or Technical Graphics, and you can see here we're given an elevation of an object and we're given the plan view of that object as well. And you can see here that object is based off of a robot's face. The grid itself is made up of 10 by 10 millimeter squares, so each square is 10 by 10, 120 long, 130 high. You can see the XY line here. Okay, so every 10 you literally mark it and do a line up and then across. Okay, and then obviously replicate your design here for the elevation. But what we want to do is we want to draw an oblique view. Now in oblique, what that means is you draw the front face of the object and you use the width from the plan, which is 20 millimeters, to project the object back at an angle of 45 degrees. So that's what we're going to do in this question here. So if I refer out to my object, you can see here I've previously already done the box here where I've done 130 high, 120 long, and I've done 10 by 10 by 10 by 10, and then I input the information. Okay. Now, what I have to do to complete this question is I want to project it at an angle of 45 degrees and 20 millimeters as well to complete the drawing. So, to be able to do that, any edges or points that I have on the drawing are going to project back at 45 degrees. Now, some people might wonder, well, does it go 45 degrees to the left or does it go 45 degrees right? That is a preference. In general, I always go to the right, but there's nothing wrong if you want to go to the left and you want to project it that way. Absolutely fine as well. So in this case here, I'm going to go to the right. So from this corner here, I'm going to project it 45 degrees like this. So what I've done there is I call it a tail. Okay. From this corner here, I would have another 45 degree line. From this point here, 45 degrees. And from this point here, 45 degrees. And I continue that sequence for any point that I think is relevant. So I'm going to keep going here now. Now this one here, I'm not going to do because as you can see, that line is already at 40 or 45 degrees. So I'm not going to do it because it's already done. This one I'll do as well. This one. I won't do this one here because if I project it 45 degrees, it's going to go like that. And I'm actually not going to see it because that edge is running behind the front face. So now I'll do this one as well. And I'll do this one. And I'll also do this one here. Okay, so starting with the outside of the object, what I want to do now is I want to get 20 millimeters, okay? And what I can do is I can get 20 millimeters using my set square like this with the 0 on the corner, marking out as far as the 20. And if you wanted then, I could mark 20 millimeters on each individual line. It's possibly the easiest way to do it, okay? There is other ways that you can go about it that are possibly a little bit quicker because now that I've got 20 millimeters here, well, this edge out here is also 20 millimeters out. And because this edge is linked up with this one and it goes straight up, from this point here, it also goes straight up. Like that. Now, another way you could do it then, okay, because we can see from this point here, we've now got that edge there. From this point here, it goes out at this angle. So a little skill that we could often use in graphics, just get my other set square here, is sliding set squares. So, parallel to this edge, like that, I can use sliding set squares from this point right here. And that will help identify to me, obviously, the ear. And from here then, you can see it goes left. So from here, it also has to go left. So I'm just going to do a horizontal line there. And once again, all these points will be 20 millimeters, 20, 20, and 20. Now, the other method we could use, as I said previously, was using a compass. So I'm just going to get my compass here and I'll set it up. Just bear with me 2 seconds. I'll pop the biro in. Now, using the compass method means you would not have to do sliding set squares because what you would do is you would take the 20 millimeters on your compass like this, just make sure, and you could mark it off on every line that you think was important. I'll mark it on this one, mark it on this one, mark it here, mark it up here. I'll also mark it down here along this line because that one would connect to that one. Here, 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 and obviously there, but we're not going to see that one. Okay, so that's kind of how you would do it, obviously using the compass, and it tells you where every line ends. Okay, so I can see back here, if I was just to heavy this section here for the ear, I can heavy that bit in now there, and you can see here it doesn't go the full way back, so I'm happy with that. This one is going to heavy back as far as the compass mark, and from there you can see it connects over to here. But because this line goes horizontal, this one is also going to be going horizontal. So that one's done there. In here, maybe this one back as far as the compass point. Likewise with this one. And once again, same principle. The two of these should meet horizontally. That there slightly, sorry. These two will also meet horizontally here. Put this one in here. This edge, and these two as well. Get all these. So you can see here, I've heavied in all the 45-degree lines. Now I'm going to do the vertical line. Miss this one. Now this line here, which was parallel to this one, and then it went horizontally across, and then it goes vertical. Happy with that. And now what's important here is this line here is going to match up there. They'll actually meet at an angle of 45 degrees, just because the diagonal within a square will be at 45 degrees. That's why that one works. Now the last little bit here is doing this section up here and up here. Now I can see this line here. Once again, same principle of a square. So that edge there is at 45 degrees. So this edge back here also is going to be at 45 degrees. No need for sliding set squares. Okay. However, this one is actually a diagonal within a rectangle. So that is not going to be at 45 degrees. So what I would do here is, you can see here I previously marked my mark so I could actually just connect those. Or alternatively, as I said previously, you could do sliding set squares off the front edge and simply connect it down. There we go. That there is the outside face, outside of the face. Now what we have to do is we have to get the inside part. So obviously inside in here in the eyes, we're going to have to do a little bit of work as well. So we're going to project at 45 degrees, and also with the mouth and the nose. So for the mouth, the only one I'm going to probably use is this one, because this one is going to be going outside it. So yeah, don't need that, and I'm not going to see that one. So I'll actually heavy in the mouth portion. And I'm assuming that that is shorter than 20 millimeters. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now inside here, I'm going to project at 45 degrees. Inside here, 45 degrees. And inside here, 45 degrees. Now every one of them, I have to mark a distance of 20 millimeters. So I'll revert back to my compass. Take the distance from down here where I'd previously done it, or used it. And I'm going to mark it off on each one of these points. So there's 1 down here, 2, and 3. Now, what I'm going to do, heavy those out to there. Okay, so there's those ones. Now, from here, it went back, but obviously from this corner, it went to the right, and it goes up. So from this corner, it goes upwards and right. So at every corner, you should have 2 lines leaving it. So the same principle is going to apply back here. So it's going to go up, and it's going to go right. Okay, now last little bit we have to do is the nose. So from this corner here, you can see it went across. So once again, it's going to go across. And this is where students will often make a mistake. They think it goes straight up, but if you follow the edge in front of it from this corner here, you can see it's going here at an angle. So what do we have to do here? We have to go sliding set squares. So parallel to the angle of the triangle from that point there. And there you have it, guys. That there is the inside portion of the nose. Now what you could do at this stage is apply a little bit of shading okay, and that will obviously maybe, I suppose, enhance the overall outcome of the object, okay. So that's the question complete there, guys. That is an oblique question from the old Understanding Technical Graphics textbook. I hope you found that helpful.